Good evening everybody, welcome to Tuesday's workout of the day. Tomorrow we have a 25-minute AMRAP. I'm going to get straight into it. It's a very nice combination of cardio, weightlifting and gymnastics. Listen up, you are going to perform 400 meters of running. After the 400 meters, you're going to give me 3 rounds of 4 pull-ups, 8 snatches and 12 lunges. You're going to do that 3 times. So it's one 400 meter run. After you run the 400 meters, you give me 3 sets of 4 pull-ups, 8 snatches, 12 lunges. 4 pull-ups, 8 snatches, 12 lunges. 4 pull-up, 8 snatches, 12 lunges. And then you go and you run 400 meters again. Come back, 3 rounds again. 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12. Pull-ups, snatches and lunges. You're going to do this for 25 minutes and your score will be rounds and reps. Only count a full round, after you've completed 400 meters of running and 3 rounds of the 4, 8, 12. That's a full round, okay? That's a full round. Anything less than 3 rounds of the 4, 8, 12 will be reps. Okay? If you complete a full round and you happen to start off with 400 meters and you don't finish 400 meters and the clock hits 25 minutes, in other words, you've done 200 meters or you've done 300 meters or 100 meters, those reps don't count. You will only count if you finish a 400 meter in completion. Okay? You'll only count a 400 meters if you completed 400 meters. If you do anything less than 400 meters, those reps do not count. If you complete 400 meters, it's 400 points. Okay? So back to the workout. The 4 pull-ups is strict pull-ups. The 8 snatches is dumbbell power snatches, which means both heads of the dumbbell must touch the floor. The lunges is 12 single arm overhead dumbbell lunges. So your arm has to be overhead, elbows locked out, and knee touches the ground. Okay? Now, the workout's 25 minutes, it's pretty long. I will use a 400 meters to recover. And just put your head down and work. The 3 rounds, try and do the 3 rounds at a consistent pace that won't allow you to stop necessarily. Use a 400 meters to maybe get the heart rate down. Come back, let's try and get through the 3 round of the 4, 8, 12 as quickly as possible. Let's get through them as quickly as possible. And then just do a nice comfortable 400 jog. Do the 3 round as quickly as possible and just do the 400 meter with chill. Remember, the 3 rounder is not 3 movements, it's 3 movements 3 times. That's the 3 rounder. Okay. If you have any questions or uncertainty, please drop them in the comment box. For the body armor, we're going to do core. It's a Tabata of Hollow Rock. Tabata, Hollow Rock, and we will be doing aerobic capacity tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. This aerobic capacity is now progressing for the next 5 weeks. So please, if you can join me tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., let's run. It won't take more than half an hour. We're going to do 6 rounds of 400 meter sprint. We're going to sprint a 400 meter every 3 minutes. We're going to try and do this 400 relatively fast, and then have some time left to rest. Now my advice to you is the following, because I've done this aerobic threshold training. Don't sprint your first round all out. If you sprint your first round all out, you'll be fine, you'll have enough rest, but I can guarantee you round 4 and 5 is when you'll start crashing. My advice to you is rather use a slower intermediate pace that you are able to carry through round 2, round 3, round 4, And then round 5 and 6, you'll realize now you're getting tired. Now guess what? You can push a bit harder to stay there. If you hit your first round and your second round as hard as you can, you have like a minute and a half rest left, trust me, you're going to hit your threshold at round 4. And then 5 and 6 will be an absolute waste. Okay, so we are not here to build stamina, we are here to increase your aerobic threshold, so your aerobic capacity can become bigger. Okay, so you can do a lot more volume. So that's very important. I would advise you guys, I've done aerobic capacity training, I've done a certification in aerobic capacity work, anaerobic and lactic training with Chris Hinshaw, famous CrossFit aerobic coach. So please join me tomorrow morning. We're going to do this every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks. So one more time, we have a Metcon, which is an AMRAP for 25 minutes. We have the body armor, which is our core. Okay, core movement for the day tomorrow. And then we have aerobic capacity as overtime. The overtime is not compulsory. It's optional for some of the athletes. It starts at 6 a.m. and I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 6, 8:30 and at 5:30 p.m. Have a nice evening. Ciao.